Hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Phil Sonkel. I'm a realtor in Vero Beach, Florida with Alex McWilliam Real Estate. And I've been wanting to do a video like this for quite a while. So today I'm going to show you what it's like a day in the life of a realtor doing an open house. So open houses typically are Sundays, 1 to 3 p.m. My schedule is a little different today because I have to go to a kid's birthday party a little bit later on. And so basically 1 to 3 p.m. is the standard. Today we're going 11 to 1. So I'm going to my listing at 95 Strand Drive. Beautiful home. It's got a guest house. It's listed at 1.425 million currently. It's a beautiful home. Been getting a lot of action lately. So we're gonna go there, get set up. I'm gonna show you how I put my signs out. But it typically gets some good action. So we'll see what it's like. And I'll show you what it's like to do an open house. Typically, I like to have a bunch of materials already there. So like my MLS sheets, a feature sheet on the house, a floor plan. We have a really nice seller and buyer magazine that the company puts out. But then I also like to slip in there a little bio resume about myself so that people get a little bit more of an idea of who I am and how I do business here in town. My family's been in this particular area that this home is listed in since about 1943. My grandfather came here during World War II to train. So we've been in this area for quite a long time. So I like to give some of that background to prospective buyers and people who are thinking about selling in the area. So I have that information there. I always like to keep the place clean. The interior of this home is immaculate. It looks brand new. It looks like he's never lived there. The outside needs a little bit of work, but that's up for negotiation with the buyer. So a lot of the times at these we get looky-loos, but typically the demographic looking at this home are people from the area looking to downsize. It's a very wealthy area. So this is a pretty popular home for people looking to downsize. It's just under 2,300 square feet and it is done. You just move in, doesn't need anything. It's only 5 years old. So we're heading over there right now. Let's go set up some signs and let's go get it opened up and then we'll see if anyone comes through. All right, so we have arrived at the Strand where 95 Strand Drive is located, my listing. And so now we're gonna get the open house signs out and put them here on beautiful A1A and Indian River Shores. So typically I have at least 4 signs with me. I'll put those signs out and then I'll have a separate sign for the house itself. And I'm gonna take all of them and put them on the side of the home. So it's on the west side of A1A, east side is behind me. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna put them right now. So we've got this spot right here. Typically I'll put one kind of closer to the entryway so people can see that. So this one's gonna go just like right here. This one I typically set a bit further down so that if someone is coming down A1A, maybe they weren't thinking of coming to the open house, that they see the open house sign and have time to turn into that turning lane. So I like to come on down here basically to where this meter is, put the sign out, put it just past these power poles so poles aren't blocking it, but that if you're coming down you have plenty of time to get in that turning lane. So there's that one now. And just to give you a look, if you're coming, you got this one and then one down there. So you've got plenty of time to get over here and see the signs. So the next two I'm literally just gonna do on the other side of the entryway there so that people coming from the other direction can see that as well. So there's plenty of time to pull in. You see it from down the road. And obviously our bright orange open house signs are pretty hard to miss. All right, so once again, I've got this one at the turning lane here. That's the beach entrance right there. So that you can see these from a distance away, but now you can see I've got all 4 signs out. Plenty of time to turn in and see it. And now we'll go to the house, get it opened up. We'll see if anyone comes through. All right, so now we're at beautiful 95 Strand Drive. We'll throw out this sign first. So this one's a little different than the other. It says for sale. It says open house, so come on in. It's the house behind me. It is really cool. You should check it online, 95 Strand Drive. pop that right in there. I always like to place this so that the second you come into the neighborhood, you see this when you're coming down the road. It's hard to miss. So you can see that's the road behind me where you come in. And now this is right here when you pull in. So I'll give you another angle of this as well. That's the entry of where you come in. Here is the home. And then there's the sign. So you see that the second you're coming in. So now that we've got the sign out, we'll go grab our stuff and head inside and get this turned on. First things first, we want to get that light turned on so you don't forget it. Close that bad boy again. And we start turning the lights on as we go. I like to be prepared just in case someone gets here like right as I'm opening it up, because that happens quite a lot, honestly. So all these bedrooms are super cool. They all have electronic roll down Lutron blinds. We've had a couple showings lately. So they're just open because other agents have been showing it. Since Mamdani won in New York, the rumors are true. We have been getting more showings. So people are trying to get out of their area and come down to the best place in Florida, Vero Beach. Here's this amazing listing. So one of the things I always do, I get here, this was at 77, and I turn it down to 74. I want people, when they come in here, to be like, it feels cold in here. The AC is pumping. I want them to know that AC system works great in here. So I like to bring it down a lot. All right, so as I mentioned, I like to have materials here. We've been showing them a lot. We are low on materials, unfortunately. I'm gonna show you right now. So usually this is set up all nice and pretty with my seller magazines and everything. There aren't any seller magazines. Oh, here's some seller magazines right here. So we keep a bunch of stuff in this drawer, my resumes, stuff like that. You know, that's what my little resume sheet looks like. Some information about me. We always have these here. It looks like somebody just stuffed these in here though. Not good, because it doesn't look professional when it's like that. So I like to keep everything in a folder. I do have other agents who work for me. So, you know, maybe that's what happened. But we are out of feature sheets, which lists all the upgrades in the home. So I'll put that down in my notes and we'll print out some more of those. Here's this unbelievable kitchen. This home's only 5 years old. It was barely lived in. He is the original owner. I sold it to him. I was the original on-site sales agent for this neighborhood as well. So he maybe has spent, I don't know, 5 months total living at this house. He's an athlete, so he travels a lot. Needed this for a part of his career, and his career has moved to a different place now. So at the moment, he needs to sell this. Here is your master bedroom. Nice and bright, nice tall ceilings. Turn on this light. There are plenty of lights in here. This bathroom is amazing, huge. Even the water closet is just like crazy big. Hey, what's up? Get this open and then we'll head out to the outside area. And this closet is like its own bedroom. Even that light's kind of hidden there. Look how cool this is though. This house is great because all the doorways are super wide. The showers are rolling in here, so everything's ADA accessible as well. Now we'll go get everything opened up out here. Great pool area, it's huge. Definitely gives off that tropical vibe. So you got this awesome guest casita right here. Perfect for if you have guests, but obviously can be kind of a problem to get them to leave. It's better than a hotel, obviously. So that could be a struggle. So this one already feels nice and cool. I don't need to turn on the AC for this one. It already feels nice. So we don't need to do that. It's got its own walk-in closet. It's got its own full bath. Very well done. And then we'll go this way. And we'll unlock the courtyard door. So this is what leads into the main portion of the home there. Let's get this open. All right, now what I like to do is I don't ever leave the truck in the driveway. I like people to be able to park in the driveway. So I always take the truck and I'll actually move it over to right there. So there's plenty of room out here and in the driveway for people to park. If it's gonna be their home, I want them to be able to park in the driveway and have it feel like it's their home. So I'm gonna go park the truck right now and then we'll head back in. Sounds just like a little silly or like even redundant, but you know, when you are hosting an open house or you're showing clients property, or even if just like you're meeting someone, doesn't matter if it's $100,000 property or a $2 million property, the way you dress is extremely important. I don't care if you have to go to Goodwill and buy some clothes at Goodwill. Wear the same clothes every day if you have to, but the way you dress is extremely important. I don't think you should be hosting an open house in just a polo. I think you should be in a button-down shirt. I think you should have dress shoes on. I think you should show people, hey, I'm a $1 million agent. I don't care if it's a $100,000 house. I don't care if it's a $2 million house. I'm going to dress to sell your property professionally. I think that's pretty important. You know, maybe other agents think of it differently, but I think you should take it seriously. It's someone's home. It's very important. It's the largest purchase they're ever gonna make or the largest sale they're ever gonna make. So, you know, maybe I'm preaching to the choir here. Maybe you disagree. Let me know down in the comments. Here's the super awesome courtyard, just from a different angle. So the next thing we'll do is we'll go inside, we'll get the paperwork all tidied up, looking good, and then we will turn on the surround sound with my open house playlist. It's just like calm, lo-fi music, sets the mood, makes it feel tropical out here, but also shows off that surround sound system that's out here and inside the house. So we'll get that set up next, and we'll make sure materials look good. I'll make a little setup for me, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I do want to just say that some of that paperwork there actually wasn't mine. It was actually one of the agents whose client is very interested in this home. They were here for quite a while, asked all the right questions. They either came back yesterday, because someone came back, said they have a realtor, but they were here for quite a while, or they're gonna come back today or this week with their realtor. Their realtor left. I don't know if it's their home or if it's another home that maybe they're interested in, but the realtor left the MLS sheet on that. So I'm gonna look it up, see what it is. But you know, just for reference, make sure when you are leaving a home you're showing, you don't leave anything behind. You don't leave, you know, the MLS sheets, the comps, anything like that. We don't want to let a seller's agent kind of have an upper hand in the negotiation. It's very much like poker in many ways, lots of give and take. But if you know intel beforehand, that's very, very helpful. I think this is their property. I think, just like we said, this is hitting the demographic. It looks like it's a bigger house, neighborhood next to us, wants to stay in the area, but wants to downsize to something that's just as nice. This home fits that bill. That's what they're looking for. If you know the demographic of the people who are buying the home you're selling, it puts you ahead of other listing agents, because that is really the key to selling a house, is knowing the demographic. Our advertising when we started was to people in New York and Miami and places like that. Right now, our AdWorks campaign is heavily focused on the area around this home. And that's because we know from our research that the demographic looking to buy this probably lives in this area and is looking to downsize. So that paperwork right there, it kind of leans that way. So we'll see. I think that's their home. I think she gave them that sheet to show them, hey, look, this is what it sold for. This is what you're looking at. She left it here, so that is kind of helpful. So let's get tidied up. All right, so open house sheet. This is a floor plan from when we originally sold this. So nice schematics, but this also shows it with furniture and things like that from when we sold these. So again, we've got my resume sheets here, and we'll just kind of go ahead. We'll put these here. That's our seller's magazine, because we do get a lot of people who are thinking about selling and come in, so. And then obviously I'm gonna want to get this open house sheet straight down a little bit. So that's kind of the typical setup right there. You know, I do have a company pen to put there. I've got my cards out here because I want to make sure that they can just grab a card and go. But that's about it for that. I'll always do a second walk around to make sure that everything looks good, looks clean. There's no dirt on the floor. There's not a dead lizard, because that does happen. We're in Florida. Last thing you want is someone to walk in and see that. Another thing is, every time you leave an open house, you should be flushing the toilets and then also leaving their lid up. And then when you get back, flush them again for the next open house. And then you close them for the open house. If you're showing the house or having an open house, shut the lid of the toilet. When you leave, open it back up though. That's real important. So definitely want to do that too. All right, I'm gonna put the phone down for a little bit. We're gonna get the music going here, and if anybody comes through, I'll pop the camera back on, but let's go. We're good to go now. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show you my setup, what I do when I'm at an open house. I don't really have internet connection here, so I try to do the same things every time I come, and I think that's pretty important to show you as well. Okay, so this is my work setup. I'm a true believer that where you set up your work setup or where you're going to be is very important. I believe line of sight in real estate is so huge, especially at an open house. And that's because I like to see when someone is in the courtyard. Why do I like to see why someone is in the courtyard? Well, I know that they're gonna peruse out here. They're gonna start in the guest house, right? Then they're gonna make their way into the courtyard. They do every single time, but I have line of sight, I can see them. One of the most important things is to not be sitting when they walk in. You can sit down after they walk in, but once you see them and they enter that door, you need to be standing up ready to greet them. You cannot be sitting down. So you can see here, I have perfect line of sight. I'm pushed back there, so I'm not right up in their face, but I'll show you what I got going on here. So like I said, I don't have internet here, right? So I got a couple things here I'm working on. I always start with gratitude journal. You know, what I'm thankful for. It's really important in real estate. You need to have the patience and gratitude to get through the slower times in real estate. Then we have Draw the Circle, the 40-day prayer challenge. For those of you who know me, you know I am in love with God and Yeshua, that I am a true believer, and that I believe, prayer is so important. And really, my business is not my business, it is God's business. So his ministry comes first in everything I do. So really, any success I have, even getting this listing, knowing this owner, it's all from God. I give it all to him. So I like to do the 40-day prayer challenge. Basically, there is a book where you read about the 40-day prayer challenge, and each day there's a different kind of sermon he gives in the book. And then you write down, kind of prayers in here, and so then you circle them. Really, really great exercise to do, 40-day prayer challenge. Highly recommend you look it up on Amazon. We've got my computer here. We've got my real estate client logbook. So just about every week I'll go through this again. I'll see what everyone's looking for, and we'll kind of just go through that. But you kind of just put a name in there and go from there. I've got my notebook here, so you can see what's going on there. Computer, I'll typically work on client logs, emails I need to write, or letters. You can see here this little orange thing, super important. If you do not have an external hard drive where you are backing up every single document on your computer, you are living in the Stone Ages. At some point, something will happen to your computer and everything will be erased. This is a Lacey right here. She will make sure that doesn't ever happen to me, and that's probably one of the better ones that you can get. So look up a Lacey drive. That one's 5 terabytes, holds a ton of stuff. Again, if you know me, know my channels, then you know that I am an avid photographer and videographer. I was a professional photographer for 10 years before I was a full-time realtor. So there's a lot of stuff on there. A lot of that's gonna be what I'm working on today. So you can see here, we got that perfect angle. And now we'll wait and see if someone comes through. I didn't even have a chance to get the music on. Literally 10 seconds after I was just talking to, we do have people here. So they're gonna be coming through right now. Hey, how you doing today?
Hello. We saw your sign.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
I'm Phil.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Of course, good to meet you. Well,
Yeah.
welcome. Feel free to explore if you have any questions.
What's
please
the
let me know.
price on this?
This one's 1.425 million. Seller is very motivated, so if there's a number you're thinking of,
Okay.
you can always bring it to him. He is a professional athlete. He's had it for 5 years, original owner, but he's been traded twice, so he's motivated.
Is this the master bedroom?
That is the master. You've got an additional bedroom over here and then the guest house.
And then the construction on this is the concrete block or?
Concrete block, yep. It's concrete block, and it's also concrete block on this wall that attaches as well, but you do have a firewall in the middle, and then concrete block on the other side.
Okay.
Yep. These were very well built. I was the original on-site sales agent, so I was here for the entire construction. It was all done top-notch. All of these are kind of similar in floor plan. However, each owner customized the interior. There's only 2 that are similar, and that's because someone walked into the first model and said, I want the same exact thing. This was going to be model number 3. That's why it does have some extras.
Mm-hmm.
How's your day going so far?
Good, good. Is it induction or electric?
It is induction. So you have all new ready appliances, you have a panel-ready fridge and a panel-ready dishwasher. Like I said, he's owned it for 5 years, but he's maybe only spent 5 months here.
Okay. That's good. And what kind of fridge is this? Miele?
Yes.
Okay. Seems a little smallish.
Okay, so they're in the garage right now. I never follow people. I just stay put where I'm at, and if they come to me, they come to me, but asking good questions. So not working with a realtor either. Fingers crossed. Could be a good one.
It's a one-day job. All right, thank you.
Great to meet you.
Can I see the administrator?
Please. We'll mention too, because it doesn't show right away, all of the bedrooms who have electronic Lutron blinds that come down and push it away. Okay, so I had to give it a minute there because I had to go and erase some videos from my phone because storage was full. Happens all the time, and it is one of the hardest things ever to go through and delete videos of your family and kids because it's taking up all the room. But thankfully, like I said, I have the hard drive, so I put everything on there. Those people just left like 5 minutes ago. They're here for maybe like 25 minutes. Not working with a realtor, which typically in today's current market, how do I put this? There is usually a benefit to not coming with a realtor to the seller and the list agent. So most buyers right now know that. So that's why open houses to me are so beneficial to my sellers. Most buyers know that after the realtor settlement, open houses have become pretty pivotal to the business. So agents who are telling you that they're not going to do open houses, that's a little weird. At this home, we've done an open house here every single weekend, basically. I think there was one weekend where we didn't have an open house here. So we almost always have them open. It has been hands down the best way to get foot traffic through here. And we will continue to do that. It makes sense for you as the realtor because you can get buyers from it, but it also makes sense for your seller because eyes are being put on it. I changed my open house time here from 1 p.m. to 11 a.m. So my assumption was when these folks came through, and my hair looks all crazy now. When these folks came through, that they had been planning to come to my open house. So they came in right as I got it open. So that was pretty good. So we'll see if anyone else comes through. I'm gonna work on my gratitude journal right now. Got the music going through here, but that was a pretty good showing. They asked all the right questions. So I'm trying to get the music set up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be sitting on the ground trying to get the AV system on, and someone's gonna come knock on the door. Sitting there and getting it going. There's a knock on the door. It's those folks who were just here. Man, my hair looks crazy. And they came back and they said, hey, look, is there beach access? So I gave them the lowdown on the beach access and things like that. They asked about grocery stores. They had a neighboring agent's card with them who has a listing at the front of the neighborhood, so they were there first. But that is the same floor plan as this one without all the upgrades for $1.495. It comes with the furniture, but the furniture is all mismatched from the models that were in here. It's a great agent, love that guy. But you know, again, Intel is everything. So knowing that they came in here, knowing that one's more expensive, it's okay. Doesn't show as well as this one, that's the way I'll put it. And this one's kind of more private, it's not anyway. So that gives us a good chance because that one looked like he was not having an open house, he was having an actual showing. I just happened to open my open house early and they stopped through. That's what I was hoping. I saw their car there, I was like, maybe they'll stop at the open house. Look at that, they did. Timing is everything, folks, and you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, it's not me. I have been praying to my Heavenly Father that the right people would come at the right time for my seller, and look at that. Let's see what happens here. Activity has picked up, like I said, so we will see.
That's all they have in Windsor, right? No, they've got the Oh, because I had this thing on the garage.
Mhm.
I would just get rid of that, just not like some of my family. You want us to sign in?
Yes, please. That'd be great. Yep. Okay, they're going to the guest house now. So one thing that you might have heard there, she said, do you want me to sign in? The answer is always yes, 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 I want you to sign in. They have friends who are from Windsor, which is a very affluent community, looking to maybe downsize or get out of Windsor because it's expensive. And right now you can sell your house for a lot of money, like $10 million in Windsor. So I had them sign in. I always have everyone sign in. Super important. That's so important for your follow-up. Have them sign in. So many new agents just don't do that. Have everyone sign in. That's how I keep it going every month. I have them sign in. So right now they're checking out that guest house. Their friends, they said, might come by. They already live in the neighborhood. So, I mean, no one sells the neighborhood better than the neighbors. They had not been in this one yet. They know the owner. So they're gonna tell their friends right now. And they said, hey, could you stick around? Heck yeah, I can stick around. So I gave them my card and I just said, give me a call, shoot me a text. I'm happy to stay, or I'll even come back. So we'll see what happens. And if they come back or anything like that, I'll start filming again. If anything else happens on the way out, I will turn the camera back on. But right now, I'm gonna get everything closed up. Thank you for joining me on this day of what it's like to be a realtor hosting an open house. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a question or a comment below. And if you're a realtor, what was your favorite part of this? Or if you're just curious about being a realtor, shoot me a question. Still picking up some of my signs here. But that was a pretty good open house, honestly. We're into season here in Florida, so things are looking pretty good. If you are looking to buy a home or sell a home, give me a call. My number is 772-538-2339, and I am always available. That is part of my thing, is I am always here for you. So give me a call. Again, my name is Phil Sonkel. I'm a realtor with Alex McWilliam Real Estate in Vero Beach, Florida. And I'm always here to help you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on what you thought of this video. Have a great day, y'all. Glad you could join me.